Here we go. We finally got an order down here on the low. They were $12 on the high. They closed at $9.95. Now, on the call side, they're not giving much premium on the $5.95 call. I'm going to have to make sure that the data is right, but I've got a bid of 1420 by 1430, and I'm not sure if the data feed is correct. So what I do, is it correct? So 740 was the low and has a $7.50 range. 1070 as the low. Okay, so the data set is not right in the level 1. Right here, MMT, Mr. Plain, is you can clearly see the dollar reversal rule from 60685 to the current bid and ask of 605.39 by 45, 61, 67 is the upper side, but he's printing 41. Is he going to cross the bid? Now, where your entry is relative to where that dollar rule reversal is right here live in this red bar. And the greater the ratio below, so when this becomes wider, these values go up as they put in their lows, and their closing price was $9.95. Now, you always have that reversal bar rule that is actually in play right now. That's the dollar rule, 606.85, so it would be what? 605.90 or 85, 605.85. Now you can clearly see that double diamond reversal in that candle, and you can see it once again where the high frequency comes to the minute period moving averages and winds the body of the candle back above, and you can see exactly how these options are holding with that dollar bid and ask rule as it comes up off of the bottom live. You can see how they fluctuate. You can see how people were buying them. You can see the prints live. Now, yes, all of this is happening in 32 minutes, and it's all based on that intraday high and a dollar lower high reversal ratio descending values, meaning you go down. Right now, the high frequency ECN, electronic communication network, which matches the buyers and sellers in milliseconds, do have price scripts within these lines that you have on the MMT platform in the bid and ask here. That's the low, that's the high. That was the close. So you take a look at that close and you take a look at that high, and you have to have that dollar bid and ask rule, which is also going to give you where your current bid and ask is at that strike price in the money on a weekly 610 put right now on the opening bell. And you have to stay below the teeny line, and you have to look at where do I add to my position. Well, you can't really add yet, and sometimes you pay up for one reason, because each time the high frequency ECN computing bots and price scripts, everyone has them in here, and so each time you come down, you bounce, but you have to make the lower lows now in the reversals. And this is live. It's in the marketplace. It's understanding why you have to have how does 610 put live. It's a weekly contract, and relative to the dollar bid and ask rule, reversal rule here. So as long as I'm staying below that, then I hold my bid and ask over here. Okay? When I get above it, my bids come down in value. And 606.85, 187 highs, 7:04 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3/21/2012. 860, yes, we'll keep the 860 bids. But you just need to know it can still make a series of higher highs. Okay, cancel the 860, get down to the 770. 770 comes into play. 890 will hold. 855, cancel that 860 bid as they just broke to 221 live highs, and they finally are giving a little bit of premium to the 595 calls as the call side is running right along with that bar. So you just made a high of 607.50 and 601.41. So that's how that burned Right off, look at that thing. It's live right here in the video. Look at that diamond reversal. That's a two. Look at that. Another dollar one. But they did this yesterday and each day. Each time it comes down, it just pops right back up. Yeah, you got the 865. I had an 860 bid. I brought them down for one reason. Because this 3-minute bar has to be decided with that amount of alerts right here. That's your ranges and everything, MMTs. But look at, you only went 0.06 positive. If this thing gets back and goes higher, this thing on the pullbacks could still keep breaking higher intraday because we only have a 0.6. That's not even a teeny up. Now, there may be something wrong with the bid and ask data that gets reported by the exchanges, and we're still investigating that. But we can clearly see that every time they do that dollar reversal rule, they come right back in and they buy the high side of it. That's what they do. So that's how you monitor the peak of a live high intraday right here, MMT. And this is live in the marketplace, and this is that reversal. Again, this is going to be ultimately the alert reversal, and that's your resistance. So you can't close above this diamond, and you're challenging this one in that 3-minute reversal between the buyer and the seller. But the buyer is on top because I got hit down here at the lows. Okay, so it's got a $5 ratio off the bottom for the long side still. And you have a series of 224 highs. Right now on this MMT, we have a 607.50 high. That's a $2, that's 2.00 reversal ratio right here in this live video. And it is on the opening bell. Right now we've been open 39 minutes to get the price directional movements. So the short side up here starts with a wick like this, and it starts to show that weakness. What do I mean by that? The higher dollar ratio reversal, 607.50 by 605, 25, 30. Look at it diminish in value, and you start to break through, and you come down just as you came up in the 40-minute price action on the opening bell. And it's all, how do I trade the opening bell this way? And how do I get those highs? Then how do I get out, sell at the high, sell short, get those debits? But watch how the frequency model responds in the middle of the buyer of that $2 reversal. So if it remains below $2 reversal here live and it goes higher, well then of course you got to 865 here on that 610 put, and that was that wholesale bid, and it made a dollar rule. Learn how to buy that wholesale print. So if you get hit at 880 and you're selling at 960 right now, you just dump it, and that's your money based on the mathematical script within the bid and ask. And you can clearly see here you're only minus 0.2, and I'm going to see if other MMTs can confirm my ratio here, because if this goes toward 18, you're going to come all the way back down here, and you're at -2. That was +6, only $1.46 positive on the day. That's called diminishing intraday high as far as a dollar movement goes. Right here. Here, the stock has to start with a reversal, but the reversals also have to be as equal as they were on the long side to the highs of the reversal. Now, MMT, opening bell, special preview, time 7:11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3/21/2012. Directional price movements in Apple Computer, 610 put weekly 323, and trading weekly options and making markets in those. you have to have a very, very clear understanding of the exchange model versus the public model. And we'll leave it at that. And if you'd like to get to know us, then join us right here, bringing these bids lower now, Brian Plain. And here's that Apple. It's coming right back in at the same ECN price script from the lower end to the wind up side of it, as you clearly see, young man. And then what you're looking for is where does the market cross the bid again between the buyer and the seller? And how would that look like? Well, he would be torpedoing over there. There's a lot for people to learn in this, but the system here does it for you. It's quite clear right now that you're at 0, and this thing can go any way right now. Yep, because if you break up a quarter delta, this thing would just break through these highs, and you're right here. Here we are. That wholesale bid came into play for MMT. That's an $8.60 low end bid alert. Now, we didn't take the order. We had canceled our 860 bid. The lesson learned though is $12 was a high. $3.40 spread right here. So basically 1,656 contracts traded in 1 hour and 6 minutes. Close was 995. That low is 860. That was our target. The thing that I would like to bring to the MMT's attention is that that high of 224 highs in the first hour is how many intraday morning highs you had. And basically, you did have a $2 reversal previous. We are going to conclude how you can get this side wholesale. That 860 is holding now based on this level of reversal, dollar rule reversal. All right, here we go. We got a new high. We got that high breaking out. We busted up above that 607.50. That was that pre-market high right now at 7:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3/21/2012. We have a total now of 235 highs and 48 lows and a money flow of around 42, 43, $44 million positive. And just printing back and forth in here. Now, one of the things that the MMTs are looking at is how strong the intraday high breakout is right now. And we are slightly, we can see the public price spread, but we can see clearly that this is at 100. And we are starting to make positive movement ranges in here. The full yard, you can see the triple diamond breakout above that teeny line as it struggles with it here and now. Now, take a look. We got bids out here below the marketplace because at some point we'll have another $2 reversal like we did over here. We had what was actually $1.50. So you went from the high up here on our reversal, 607.50, all the way down to here, close to here on the low of this bar. And that bar was, let's take a look. The low of that bar was 604.71 is what I'm showing. And you can clearly see from that 604.71 handle in the system here how you, and you're going to look for the very same thing that you had here now. Okay. And you did drop $2 ratio off of that last intraday high. So you came right up to my 607.90, exactly where that limit order was out yesterday, that Brian Plain said, 607.90, right to that intraday high. And then that reversal right now, live on Apple, 7:42 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3/21/2012. MMT traders live in the market hours and making a market and enjoying that. And you can clearly see where the reversal tops are. You can clearly see the half bar reversals. The truth is here as it comes down in reversal patterns. Every time that it makes that intraday high, we already were right to the penny, 607.90, and that's that reversal. Yeah, I'm just showing the candle right here, Apple, and it's going to come down, and it's breaking that half bar, and these are holding that 825. You can start scaling it now. Bid these at $8.40. And that's a 15-cent premium to the low. There's your final closing markdown, 3.7, 3 point negative. So you're buying the lower end. How many? Just take one there right now as you are up toward the highs, okay? Because you don't have a total reversal yet. So you got hit on one at 840, but notice how you paid below the market because he's not done yet. He's still strong. You can clearly see here he's not below 85 in the IR, and he's close to breaking that again. So this number has to go to 0 now and lower at the high. This number has to contract. The SMF market maker ratio 0.6 needs to go to 0.0, then negative to 18 again to come all the way down. Now, but you're still strong because you're up here toward the high of that movement. So that's why this price level, you got to get below this diamond. See this diamond right here? You see where that wick is? See how close? That's your support level right now in the cycle. Okay? Over here, when you hit it, man, you came right down to these bottoms and right back up. And that's buying, ripping that, So you had a breakout handle here and a breakout handle here. You had two breakout handles, one here, one here. On the bid side, what was, big volume print. How about that? Money flows 31 million right here, right now. We're going to conclude it. We did get hit here. We paid a premium on the entry, right, sir? Based on this reversal, right? And the time is 7:44 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3:21, and how to get that wholesale bid. So you're in it based on that reversal again. And once again, this is the MMT platform. Here's your level 2 bid and ask. All right. And you can clearly see what you have is a support level that's coming into play across these diamonds over here. Right here, these two diamonds where that first reversal was, is your support level right here in the bid and the ask live in the market. Special way of getting wholesale prices here and selling back to the public. When you make these intraday highs, you drop down that dollar bid and ask ratio rule that it always does, and then you take the small gains, you take your profits here, and then you buy those dips again and keep continuing to take them higher. The 595 call last print was $14.45. The 605 put puts a low in at 570, a $3.20 range on Apple if that print is true and correct. Right now I made a bottom. Brian Plain, that is a reversal. Now watch the dollar bid and ask ratio rule, and I'm going to conclude this video. But once again, there's that dollar live reversal in play, making a market between the public movements and the price action.